Seiko introduced the Alpinist in 1961 with mountain climbers in mind as a functional, rugged sport watch. And now in 2023, the Seiko Alpinist is a cult classic, especially for folks with smaller wrists and who the other Seiko models are just not a fit for. I even know some collectors who actually just collect Alpinists. But before we go even further, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It is free for you, but it makes a huge difference for me. And I'm really saddened that 91.5% of you who watch constantly are still not subscribed. So please help us out and hit that button. Today we have a new version of the Alpinist, and one that actually seems to make perfect sense. Since this is a sport travel watch, why not add GMT functionality to it? And that is what they have done with the SPB377. It has a fixed GMT bezel and still manages to keep the compass inner bezel that we all recognize the Alpinist with. But will this have made the Alpinist sporty enough to draw in new watch enthusiasts versus a diver? Or will this be just another variant that goes away? Let's find out. What's up everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel. Welcome back. This is where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland. And it's where you go when you're in the know. As always, the watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, and then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Speak Marin Ripples Date, which is a top-tier luxury timepiece by a brand that is just coming into its own stride. And I highly recommend checking this out if you want to see what a modern and exciting, very high-end timepiece has to offer. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my Seiko SRPH 42K Yak Watchang Thailand Limited Edition that I picked up while I was on my vacation to Thailand a few years ago. And since I visited 9 different temples, this was absolutely the perfect watch for me to pick up, since it represents the white demon giant that guards the Temple of the Dawn. This one is actually getting really rare now, so I'm super happy that I was able to pick it up. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The Seiko SPB377 has a 39.1mm case width, a 13.7mm thickness, a 46.3mm lug-to-lug, a 20.1mm lug width, a 31.5mm crystal diameter, and it weighs in at 87.11 grams. The case is in stainless steel with a super hard coating to make it scratch resistant, and we have a brushed finish on top of the lugs and polished finish on the sides. We have a screw down crown at the 3 position with a blank top, which is used for setting, and a similar crown beneath it at the 4 position, which is used to move the compass bidirectionally and does not screw down. If you are wondering how this works, you basically need to determine if you are in the northern or southern hemisphere. Keep the dial level and point the hour hand in the direction of the sun. You would then put the S directly in between the hour hand and the 12 marker to set the compass. And the S would be in the northern hemisphere, while N would be used instead in the southern. We have an all-new brushed stainless steel bezel with black markers and numerals. The sapphire crystal sits slightly above the bezel. The dial is in a brilliant blue with a sunray pattern. The markers are in silver tone with alternating Arabic numerals for the evens and wedges for the odds. The compass scale can be found in the inner rotating bezel with a blue track and red accents for all north-related text. Seiko and the Prospex symbol can be found in white at the top middle portion. The hour hand is Mercedes style and the minute hand is syringe style, both with white lume applied, and a simple line second hand with a teardrop towards the tip and a white tip. The GMT hand is in silver tone and is arrow style, which the arrow is in red. The date window can be found at the 4:30 position and is in a circle cutout with no magnifier and a black background with white numerals. GMT in red, automatic 3 days, and 20 bar can be found in white at the bottom middle portion. Green LumiBrite can be found graciously applied on the hour, minute, GMT, and second hands, and on the small pips above each indice. And it is very bright, which is a staple of this watch being visible in all circumstances. The caseback is open, and the crystal on the back is going to be a mineral glass and not sapphire. The movement is the Seiko in-house 6R54 caliber, which beats at 21,600 beats per hour and has a 72-hour power reserve. It has 24 joules, a manual winding capability, and an accuracy rating of between losing 15 and gaining 25 seconds per day. The strap is calf leather with a smooth blue finish and blue stitching, and a soft padding. It has a tri-fold push-button release clasp with Seiko signed on it. The Seiko SPB377 Alpinist GMT is 200 meter water resistant, is non-limited, and it can be yours for $1,150. Now for my personal opinion. So I have always appreciated the Alpinist lineup in general, and I understand that it's for a collector with a smaller wrist and who really likes the style of it. But I'll say that this one actually sucked me in a bit more by adding the GMT bezel. It really makes it look a lot more sporty and exciting for me. And it really reminds me of the discontinued Grand Seiko SBGN005, which I really do miss. This is like a budget-friendly SBGN005 that is still attainable. GMT watches are very hot right now, and I think mostly because it is a function that doesn't usually junk up the dial if it's done properly, and it typically just adds intrigue and a little pop of color and sophistication. Also, I think that many people just set the GMT to 24-hour time in their own time zone anyway, just to see the 24-hour time. But the complication is also very helpful if you have a family or a business in another time zone. This is about a millimeter thicker than the other Alpinists, so I hope that that doesn't bother the folks that have been very happy with how thin the other models are. But it really doesn't sit high on my wrist in my opinion. I appreciate this piece is 200 meter water resistant as well. And the first thing that I would do if I bought this would be to swap the strap to something water resistant or order a stainless steel bracelet, since this piece really could do anything. I'll go ahead and recommend this piece to anyone who wants a great all-around sports piece with a great value and perhaps missed or didn't have the budget for the Grand Seiko SBGN005. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.